Alright, so in this video I'm going to walk you through some basics of creating an assignment for your students. They'll all show up in your stream, and assignments just show up in the order that they're created. So the newest one shows up on the top, which is not awesome if you are creating a class ahead of time, because the organization gets a little bit crazy, but I'll walk you through some solves for that. So here we go. So to create an assignment, you just hover over this plus sign here, and you can create a question if you want to create a discussion, which for some reason in my class I've noticed that I don't know if it's the questions I'm asking or just that it's in a different platform, but my students are all responding to this, and I haven't required them to respond to their peers yet, but they already are commenting on each other's ideas and work, so it's been pretty neat to see. So let's pose a question. Alright, so I've asked you a question. If I want to give you further directions, like I want one source, I want you to respond to two peers, whatever it is, I can put those directions there. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a due date. So it just pops up a calendar. You can pick a day that it's due. You can pick a time. And then a topic. So this is the best way to organize your work, is by topics, because the stream is really difficult to manage unless you are just going to be weekly posting things for your students. Otherwise, organize by topic and teach your students to navigate your classroom using the topics. We hope that someday they will change the way that you can arrange the stream in your classroom, but so far Google has not, so this is our workaround. So this topic, this video has to do with the Google Classroom, so that's my topic, and that means it's going to get sorted into my Google Classroom. I can change, I can make this a multiple choice question if I want for students, or a short answer. I can let them reply to each other. They can go back in and edit. So let's say they post and then they go, oh my gosh, I misspelled all of that, it's so embarrassing. They can go back in, they can edit their post. But if you want them to, they get one try, then don't let them edit their answer. Okay, you can attach. So you can link something to this. You can include a YouTube video. You can upload from your drive, and you can attach documents. Okay, and then I can assign this to all of my students, or I can assign it to 5 of my students, or all but 3. So if you check all students, all your kids are going to get this assignment. But let's say I am really wondering what's going on with 4 kids. I would just check those 4 kids' names, and then only those kids are going to get this in their stream. I can schedule this so it can show up later on. It doesn't have to show up right now. I can save it as a draft, or I can ask, which means that it's live. It's now posted, and students can go in and they can comment. Okay. Here, add a class comment. That means you are commenting for your whole class to see. So if you want a private comment for a student, then you will just need to send them a message on their own. Otherwise, your whole class can see anything you post there. The next thing I want to show you is how to create a regular assignment. So you just click create, oh dear, create assignment. All right, and again, you're going to give it a title. So show that you can open your own copy. All right, so then you can give some instructions. Please open the attached document, fill it out, and submit. Okay, so now I've got that. I'm going to give you a due date. I'm going to give a time. Again, this is going to be in the Google Classroom because that's the easiest way to sort. And then I am going to attach from my drive, and I can sort through all kinds of stuff. So if you just created a worksheet and you want to attach it, it's probably going to be on the top of your recent. So I've got a worksheet that I want you guys to use. I'm going to click Add, And then right now it says students can view file. You get a couple of different options here. So that means the students are only going to be able to look at it. I do that with a lot of rubrics that I attach to assignments for my students. Or they can edit the file, but that means that they have rights to edit the doc, the original doc that you created. And you probably don't want them doing that unless it's some sort of class collaboration worksheet. So make a copy for each student, and what happens there is that when they click on it and they open it up, then it shows up for them as their own copy. It has their name in the title, and we'll walk you through kind of the turning it in process. And they just click turn in when they're done, and it submits. So I'm ready to go on this. I'm going to click assign. And again, I assign that to all of my students. Okay, and you're all going to get your own copy when you open this up. You're not going to be working on my original. And it's sorted into the Google Classroom. Once you create an assignment, you have to adjust the points. So it's not in the initial creation of an assignment. You have to click into the assignment, and then up here it says points. I have a lot of assignments at the beginning of the semester that they say 100 points in here, and in Connexus it's a different point value. So you can just change the point value, enter a new one, hit enter, you'll say update, and then it's got the point value that you want assigned to that assignment. So that's some basics about creating assignments. There are a few other options. You can also create an announcement. So let's say permanent zeros are coming up, or you've noticed a lot of kids having an issue, just like in Connexus when you create an announcement. This just pushes onto your thread like anything else. Anytime, though, you add something new to the stream, your students get an email about it. So if you add a new announcement, your students are going to get an email about it. If you add a new assignment, your students are going to get an email about it. If you've created stuff initially and then your students are enrolling, they're not going to get an email about all of those things. But as you add assignments or you add announcements or you add questions, students will get emails pushed out to their school accounts about that. So those are just a few basics about how to create and assign an assignment. There's going to be another video that shows you about organizing and another one about grading. But if you have any questions about creating assignments, attaching, things like that, let us know. One side note, sometimes if you have already created an assignment and you want to go to edit that assignment because you realized you attached the wrong doc, okay? And you go to say add, sometimes the second thing you attach, or if you attach a new assignment, I don't know why this happens, but there's not an option for students to get a copy, which is really frustrating. And the only solve that we found for that is that you have to remake the assignment. It's a pain. It's not the end of the world, but for some reason, whenever you go in to edit an assignment, at least for me, I don't get the option to give each student a copy of that assignment. It's only the original time that I go through and do it. So, if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, good luck.